Hola amigos, welcome to Latinos in Michigan TV. I'm your host, Liliana Ospina Herstred, and today I have a very special guest. It's a judge, actually is the only Latina judge in Oakland County. Her name is Laura Polizzi, and her story is pretty incredible, and I wanted to share it with you. So let's welcome Judge Polizzi to Talentos Latinos in Michigan TV. Tell us more about who are you, your story.
So my grandmother was from Argentina. So my family immigrated here from Argentina, and my stepfather is from Mexico. So when I was young, I grew up really close with my grandmother, and then because my stepfather's from Mexico, I went for the holidays every year to Mexico. I actually lived in Mexico for part of high school, which was a really rewarding experience. But I'm the first person in my family, my actual bloodline family, to get a bachelor's degree or go to law school. I didn't know any lawyers. I had nobody to ask questions to ask, how to go to law school, how to fill out these paperwork, or even how to get a bachelor's degree. So I think really it's a strong message that I want to send young people that if you want to do something, do it. Ask questions, get out there. You don't need to have your family um tell you how. You can figure it out. And you can do anything you want to do with hard work.
And that's what when we were in that event from the chamber, that was one of the most inspired experience because you were talking about that you didn't know anybody who had any legal experience, and you basically jump into this ordeal, and experience, and now you are a judge. I don't think there are a lot of Latina judges in Michigan. You are one of the few, and I think that's pretty cool because there are a lot of girls in law school. I had met them, and when they see you and they hear your story, they're gonna be inspired, and they're gonna look up to you. What's the most
Thank you.
rewarding thing of that, this experience, George?
Well, I think one of the most rewarding things is I was an attorney for about a decade, and I represented clients, a lot of Spanish speaking clients who didn't speak English. And it was very rewarding because you were able to, I mean, these people are in trouble or they're in a situation where the thing that they fear the most, you're helping them, with or stay away from. And the best thing is as an attorney, you were able to help these people one by one improve their situation or help them. But as a judge, you have the capacity to help an entire community, and a capacity to really change the community and how the court works. And that's what I'm working on now.
And that's so important. I remember a few years ago, I was domestic violence Hispanic advocate, and I had
That's
to go.
wonderful.
Yeah, but it's been 15 years. I think that was the foundation to start Latinos in Michigan. But I remember one of the things was there were not Hispanic judges, and the translation. And so I mean, you lose a lot when you are translating if you don't have the right information. And some people are, uh, I, they are lost in,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, the legal process is really hard for people to understand. So having that connection with people speaking their language, but also understanding their culture is something very um, rewarding. It's very, very wonderful to be able to really help these people. And something that I did when I was an attorney, I represented a lot of people in divorce cases, custody cases. I also did a lot of juvenile human trafficking cases where juveniles were trafficked, but then we had to try to find them treatment, or get them a treatment program to try to help them recover from what they had gone through and then reintegrate into society. And that was a really rewarding program. Those are called treatment courts. And I actually started a treatment court here in the 52-3 district court since I've been a judge. And I started that treatment court for veterans. So that's been really great.
That's amazing because not many people talk about that issue, human trafficking, and it's a big deal, and people they don't get the information they need. And you are bilingual, you're reaching not only the English speaking community, but also the Spanish speaking, and also Italian because you speak Italian. It's amazing. So, why it's important that people, Hispanic people and other people, support you? Because the election you were telling me is coming in
Yes.
less than in a few weeks, right?
Yeah, so 15 days. So tomorrow is 2 weeks. It's election day. And it's really important because judges impact the community very much. A lot of people are concerned, of course, with the presidential or the congressional elections, but from the top of the ballot at the president all the way down to where I'm listed, I'm on the back of the ballot. There's about a 30% drop off of people who don't vote in the nonpartisan judges. And it's very impactful to the community. We sentence all of the local crime. We do all of the civil cases that are up to $25,000. And we do all of the landlord tenant cases. So it's very impactful because most people's first contact with the court is in district court. And that's where I'm a judge. So if you live in Rochester, Rochester Hills, Auburn Hills, Lake Orion, Oakland Township, Oxford, Addison, Leonard, or Lakeville, I am your judge. Make sure you vote for me. I'm also, I believe, the first Latina judge in this area to ever be on this bench. So representation matters. Coming from an ethnic family, I understand the issues that are in a lot of people's lives. I understand your families. I have a family. I live here with my two sons that are ages 3 and 1, and my husband. And, I just want to do something positive for the community and continue my work.
And the last question, but I think you already answered the question. It was a message, but honestly, I think you already answered the question. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing. You're the first Josh, Latina Josh in that area, and here in Latinos in Michigan, we like to focus on people like you, people that are really an example for other Hispanics. And I think you are an example for many Hispanics and Hispanic women that are thinking about becoming lawyers and eventually judges. And I think that's pretty amazing. And I'm very happy that you gave me this interview because a lot of people live in that area in Oakland County. A lot of Hispanics live in Oakland County, and they need to know that you are the only judge Latina in that area. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.